Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this fourth live about the five elements. I hope you're enjoying, and if you have any questions about this element, the one that I'm going to give today, or the previous ones, you can just write to us, send us a private message, or you can reply. So we're sending you, if you are on our list, we've been sending you a newsletter with all the material, the things that I do here, and the ones that and more material than the one that I am giving here. So you can just reply to us, can ask a few questions. We're here to help you and to answer your questions. So welcome once again, and today we are going for the fourth element. So just to recap a little bit, the first one was the wood that is connected to the liver. Then we have the fire that is connected to the heart. Then the last week we talked about the earth that is connected to the digestive system. And today we are going to talk about metal. Metal is a very important element, is connected to the lungs and the chi and the breathing and all of that. And in the last 2 years, as we all know, is probably the element that has been having lots of challenges. So with COVID and all of that, I mean, I do acupuncture to my patients, and one of the things is that even after COVID, they take a long time to go back to a normal function of the lungs. So today we're going to cover, as usual, some theory and some practical exercises that you can do at home, especially the ones that already had COVID and the ones who didn't have COVID. You can reinforce this system, so even if you are in contact with the COVID, we hope that is not that strong and that you can overcome very quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna go quickly to the theory, not that quickly, but I think you can all see more or less. Don't worry if you're not. I think this one I can push a little bit. No, never mind. If you can't see the screen, then I can send you that. So the metal element is connected to the chi in general. As we all know, we have two types of chi. The one that we are born with, it is also connected to Jing, which we are going to talk about next week. And we have the chi that we take from the food. So it's important the food that we eat, so the body can absorb that chi and to distribute along the body. The element that is in charge of, distributing all that chi is the metal element, so is going to be the lung. The lung is going to spread that energy, so it brings up from the middle jiao, so it brings up, and then it will distribute all over the body. So it brings up to the chest and then comes down, brings it down to the kidney. And this function of up and down is very important because although the rest of the elements and the organs, they have specific tasks, this one also has, but it also works, or always works, in combination with other organs. This is the specific thing that the lungs do. they assist the spleen in terms of qi, and they assist the kidney to spread this qi. In terms of diseases, what we see, although we have pathologies that are specific for this element, one of the things that we see is that the lung is never directly involved, is always attached to some other organ, and this connection with this other organ is the one that is going to give these more or less severe symptoms of the disease. For instance, asthma, which is a malfunction between the kidney and the lung, for instance, and many others. For instance, if we have even on asthma, we can have the dry, or we have a lot of mucus. And the mucus here is a combination between the work of the lung and the spleen. As we all know, the spleen is going to digest that mucus, and if it's not working, the lung will not assist, so you have, for instance, asthma with a lot of mucus. But let's go back to specific things about the lungs. Just give me 1 second to close the window. Otherwise, there is a lot of noise from the outside, and we don't want that. Okie dokie, here we are. So, apart from working inside of the body, spreading its energy, the metal or the lung here have another circuit which is very important, which is a defense mechanism. And this defense mechanism is spread all over the skin. And this type of energy, which is called wei, wei means out, nei in, wei out. This wei qi is the one who is going to go around the body, protecting the body. It's like a shield that we have around our body that is going to protect the body from the outside pathogens. For instance, if you are in contact with someone with a cold or something like that, you have this defense mechanism that will protect you from getting the pathogen straight away. If it's too strong, it will come inside of your body. But if it's not too strong, the wei qi will protect, is a shield. And that is given by the lung, so this lung capacity. Another thing about this element and specific about the lung is that it also has to do with the circulation we call water pathway, okay, the distribution of the liquids in the body. This is another particularity. And then this one I already talked, which is bringing the qi to the kidney. So really the lung go up and down and helps other elements and other organs to distribute this energy. Very well. As we've seen for the other elements, all the elements are connected to emotions, positive and negative emotions. And what we do in Qigong, we don't throw the negative away, we transform, we pick up this energy and we transform the negative in positive. So, for instance, if here, let's have an example, if your energy of the lung is down, you might as well feel sadness or grief inside of you. We see that a lot with people with depression, for instance. What we can do, instead of giving pills or antidepressants, we can give some exercises that will increase the amount of energy of the lung, and the negative one will change into positive. And the positive can be one of these ones: justice, assertiveness, righteousness, or courage, for instance, that is very much related to our lung. So, the negative emotions, we have sadness and grief, but the positive ones are courage, assertiveness, justice, and righteousness. So here we can transform the negative into positive. The aim here with therapeutic Qigong is always transform energy and minimize the use of chemicals or even other types of therapies, although they sometimes we use acupuncture and Chinese herbs that can give a reinforcement to this, so the process is faster. But you can use Qigong just on its own as a therapy. That's the beauty of it, at least I think. Okay, let's carry on. If you have any questions, please put a thing on Instagram. And then we'll reply. Me or Zuzo will get to it. So, parts of the body. So, we have parts of the body who are related to the lungs. And the lungs, we always have in Chinese medicine, we always have an organ and then is connected to a viscera. A viscera is hollow, while the organ is compact. Okay? So, here, the lung is connected to the large intestine. What does that mean? The energy from one goes to the other because there is a pathway. And if you have a problem with your lungs, it is expected that you have also a problem with your large intestine. For instance, constipation. People who smoke have more a potential to have constipation compared to others who don't smoke. So this is one thing. Or other things, if the energy of the lung is down, the energy of your large intestine is down too. So that means that the air comes in, it doesn't go down properly, and then you don't discharge the toxins, which is not too good. Apart from this, we have the skin. The skin is the biggest organ in our body and is related to the metal elements and the lung. So many times when there are toxins in lungs or large intestine, they come out through the surface of the skin in form of maybe pimples or acne or stuff like that. To us, it means that you have a lot of toxins inside. Okay. On a face, it is related to the nose. So the nose is the main area. In our face, we have reflexive areas that are connected, each one of them, to one organ. For instance, the eyes are connected to the liver, the nose to the lungs, and then the lips, the outside, is connected to the spleen, and the tongue is connected to the heart, and the ears will be connected to the kidneys. We see that next week. So, on a face, we have the nose, and then, as we've seen for the other or the previous elements, we also have a characteristic taste that is related to this element. So what we do, if we use, here is spicy, so chili and ginger and all of that. So here the trick is, if you want to nourish the element, you can use a little bit, okay? If you use too much spice, you are going to damage the lung, okay? So here we need, and when we observe someone, we see if the element is has a problem or not, because the person will like or not like at all that type of taste. And here is the spice. So we see that if you like spice or don't like it, if you like a lot of spice or don't like it at all, can't handle, it means to us that maybe you have a problem with the metal element and with your lungs, and we need to see that. One of the tricks here that I think is very interesting, especially when we are in very hot countries, is that people usually eat a lot of spices Does that mean that they all have a problem with metal element? No, I think is a way of taking out through the skin and through the sweat most of the toxins that all those countries most of the times ingest. Agrotoxics here we also have, but over there's a lot of more pollution. So is a way of eating spice, is a way also of protecting the body and letting the toxins out. Okay, so that is understood? Hope so. Put on your comments so I can see if you're getting there, if I'm clear or not. I appreciate the feedback. Okie dokie. And here is how can I find out if I have a problem with metal element or the lungs. And I can see that if, for instance, I'm short of breath, or shallow breath is the same. That means that I have a problem with either the lung or large intestine. My voice, if it's weak, is also a symptom. A lot of mucus, another symptom. Cough, with mucus or without. Fatigue, asthma, depression, and for instance, dry skin. These are some of the symptoms that I can self-diagnose that there is something going on with my lungs. For instance, some of these are symptoms that people sometimes have with COVID or not. But even if there are lots of people infected who don't have any symptoms. And one of the things that is good just to see the level of energy of your lung is to see if you have something like this. If you start to get too tired and you haven't done much, or cough or fatigue, something like that, please make a test just to see if you got the virus or not. Okay, so what can I do to improve, apart from Qigong, which we will go in a minute, but what can I do to improve the health of this element? And one of the things that we've been talking about, let me have here my aid, is food. So what can I eat to improve this element? And the books say that we can use white radish, mushrooms, lotus seed, cauliflower, daikon, potatoes, turnip, parsley, Swedish turnip, which is a kind of a turnip but is a different family, apple, pear, rice, oats, sesame seeds, onions, garlic, and a bunch of other things that then I will send you tomorrow as usual in a newsletter with your list. The lung has here something that is special. If you have mucus, you should not eat fermented food. If you don't have mucus, you can nourish your lung with something that is fermented. So let's see. Dairy here is something that you should not consume if you have problems with asthma. If you have mucus, you should not do it. But if you already had asthma when you were a child, your lung is a little bit weak, but you don't have anything else, you can go to fermented food. So here, the thing is, the fermented food will nourish the metal in general, not only the lungs, but also the large intestine. As we all know, many problems these days, even mental problems, are today related to lack of some bacteria in the gut. So it is advisable for people to use fermented food in order to increase the bacteria, the good bacteria in our gut, so our immune system is up instead of down, and you prevent all sorts of diseases. One of the problems these days is that we are becoming allergic to wheat. We have a lot of processed food. Life is fast, the food is fast, everything is fast, and for the things to go very fast, you need to put a lot of ferment on it, a lot of yeast. So the yeast is a problem because it doesn't break the dough, and it will get inside of your gut, and then it will alter all the flora that you have inside. So we need to be careful with it. But if you don't have any of these problems, you can very well go for fermented food. And here some suggestions are, the easiest one is yogurt, okay? Yogurt with less sugar than normal is very good. But you can do kefir, you can do kombucha, and you can do another thing that is Korean, I think, is kimchi, is fermented, or sauerkraut. That is very good for your gut system. Even on the recommend, so don't forget that this the fermented stuff is only if you don't have mucus, okay? If you have coughing with a lot of mucus, don't do that because it's going to be worse. Recommended tea for this element, rooibos, green tea, peppermint, chamomile, and licorice tea. So this is the advisable thing. There is a bigger list, but I'm not going to talk about everything now. And then we have things that we need to avoid for this element. And then we have cow, dairy, pork, peanuts, and then we have others who are only harmful to you if you consume in excess, and this is going to be too much nuts, too much juice, especially orange or tomato, too many bananas, too many pineapples, and sugar. And then no for this element is ice cream, raw food, ginger, onions, scallops, leeks, basil, cloves, and cheese. Sorry, cheese lovers. Okay, this is basically what I want to go through, and without further delay, let's go to our exercises. So grab a space or find a space. I'm doing that too. And we're gonna go for our exercises. Okay? So as usual, let me because I have a computer and a laptop and a mobile. Okay, like this is more or less. Okie dokie. So we start as usual by shaking. Shake legs and arms. And we stretch. Remember that we work in the lengths, so I need to increase my lung capacity. And we stretch, and to the other side. And we open up. And then we warm up the hands. First of all, we always put the energy to move. Movement is very important. And we're gonna tap on the head. With the tips of the fingers around the eye socket. Nose, very important. Here, This point is called the 20 of the large intestine. It's good to press, but here we're just going to move up and down like this. Now we press this point and we're gonna go to the mouth. Don't forget to open up your arms so we have more circulation of chi. And to the other side. And ears. And we're gonna rotate and to the other side. And we're gonna move and to the other side. And we're gonna tap. Okay. My hands are on center and I'm going to open. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pelvis in, inhale, exhale, inhale, you're gonna go down, in and out, in, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and shake. Okie dokie. Now you're gonna put your hands, you're gonna feel the upper part of your chest. You're gonna inhale and fill it up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it, hold it. Exhale. Okay, lower part. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, very important, when you have problems with your lungs, we tend to move just like this. We're gonna go to the sides and increase sideways. Inhale. This is good for people with asthma or that had COVID. Inhale, leave it, hold it, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, one of the problems sometimes with asthma is that the chi doesn't come down. So we are going to put 2 hands, inhale to the top. Now exhale, expand your tummy. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Okie dokie. And we're gonna clean a little bit. Exhale. And we're gonna come to the hands near the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And come down. Inhale. Exhale. So we have these 2 bones, a clavicle, and just underneath we have the first 2 points of the lung meridian, and we're going to rub. And here on the hand we have the magic fourth of the last large intestine. We are going to press. This helps with headaches and helps with all sorts of things. Another point that is good, see here this depression, exhale, stick your finger inside and release. Is an emergency point for asthma. Exhale and release. Exhale and release. And massage the top. And as usual, we're going to the kidneys. Never work the top without nourishing the bottom. And we're gonna move. Okie doke, you can do this every morning, and now I'm going to invite you to sit down. I'm gonna grab some water. And as usual, we are going to work a little bit, very small meditation just to wrap up. So I'm going to invite you to move in a chair and to the other side. And close your eyes. And feel your lungs. Now you're going to bring the attention to your nose. You're going to inhale a white color and fill in your lungs. Exhale. Next time you inhale, count to 4. Hold it for 4. Exhale 4. Hold it 4. Inhale again in 4. Hold it 4. Exhale 4. And hold it 4. And you do it again one more time. It's a square type of breathing. Inhale 4, stop 4 times, exhale 4, and then you stop another 4. And you relax, go back to a normal breathing. Now this time you're going to inhale in 5, exhale in 8, inhale 5, exhale 8, inhale, exhale. Now bring the attention to your tummy, and as if you have a balloon, inhale and stretch your tummy. Exhale in, belly button out, inhale, exhale, inhale out, inhale, exhale, in, and relax. Okie dokie, you can open your eyes. Exhale. Feel your body. These exercises are very simple and you can do every day. People that suffered from the COVID or are still recovering do this more often, especially inhaling and staying with the air in for a long time. Let's go to the face. Well, there is a lot more about the metal element that we could be here talking for a long time, but the aim of this live is to be very short. So, as I said in the beginning, if you have any questions, so tomorrow the ones who subscribe the newsletter will have all of this. And if you have some questions, you just send us a message and we'll be willing to answer. Okay, so we are going to close. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Thank you. Well, mind you that we have a new training program coming up. So if you want any more information about the training program, let us know and we will send you the link. Okay, it's going to be great. It's going to be half offline, online, and the rest is going to be in the Algarve, a retreat of 5 days. Okay, so I hope that if you're interested, let us know. So from me, I think that's all. I'll see you for the last element next Thursday, same time, and then we see what happens after that. So it was a pleasure to be with you as usual, and see you. Have a wonderful week, and see you next Thursday at 7:30.